My name is Marco Ruffini. I'm a professor at Trinity College Dublin and also a principal investigator at the Connect Research Centre in Ireland. My work is on optical access networks, and we'll be looking at, for many years, at different aspects. For example, one of the strong points we were looking at is the virtualization. So how do you embed this optical access network into something like a cloud central office? So, the division between the hardware and the software that we're seeing today in Open RAN. So we're doing quite a lot of work on that side, basically on the centralization of the computing. And then also at, how would we adapt this to the new requirements, for example, with 5G and 6G. For example, we've been looking at how do we now put low latency, for example, in this system, which is quite critical and difficult if you're doing this software disaggregation. And we have some solution. In fact, we are showing it today at a demo here at OFC. And then, we went forward with that, and we're looking at how do we embed this access network better in the architecture, again, for 5G and 6G. For example, we're looking at, how do you embed the radio and the really far edge computing into the system? How do you keep that dynamic at the optical layer? How do a base station manage to reach an edge node sometimes, and then sometimes a centralized node, and all keeping the latency at minimum? So these are kind of one of the key. And an interesting point is that we're building a lot of testbed infrastructure in the city. So the new testbed is called Open Ireland. And here really you can do experimentation on, again, radio disaggregation, so 5G radio disaggregation, both with open source software and with commercial software. And look at how these experiments are going to be useful for the future network when you're mixing signals coming from different type of radio. Some are digital, some analog. Some get dropped at the access network. Some get all the way down into the metro network and get transmitted. So we're looking at the coexistence between wireless networks, optical networks, and the cloud. And I think it's very exciting to have this on testbed, because especially now that we're looking at application of machine learning, it's really important to get the real data for these things.